Hey, Nora.
Hi, Dad.
What do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about us.
Welcome to the Norah and Dad show. Dad, better known as John.
And I'm Nora, otherwise known as Norah.
So this is our first episode, and I thought it made sense for us to introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit about what the show is going to be about and what we envision for the future of the Norah and Dad show, what you're going to hear if you tune in on a weekly basis. Like I said, my name is John, Nora's dad. I am, aside from being Nora's dad, I'm also a full-time attorney. That's the day job. And then the full-time job is being dad. Nora, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Nora. I'm 15 years old. 15 and a half tomorrow, actually. Or not when you're listening to this, but I will be 15 and a half. And
as we record, you'll be 15 and a half tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, I will. I go to school, Lake Ridge Academy. I'm in 10th grade. I do music a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I want to let everyone know where the idea for this show came from, and then I have a question for you, okay? So here's the backstory of the show. Norah and I became friends with a different podcast, Rock in the Suburbs, and they asked us if we would record a guest episode, which we did. And when it was all done, Norah said, "Hey, that was a lot of fun. I think maybe you and I should start a podcast," which I thought was an awesome idea. We kind of let that stew for a couple days. And then I said to Norah that you want to do a podcast, but like, why? I'm always curious anytime like a teenager wants to do anything on a semi-regular basis with a parental unit. So like, why? And she said, and I'm paraphrasing, but this is pretty close to a dead-on quote.
I will correct you if you're wrong.
So that when you're gone, I'll be able to go back and listen to your voice. Did I get that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so here's my question for you. Do you know something I don't know? And where am I going? I'm only 48 years old. Why do you have me buried in the ground already that you're already planning for how to like remember me when I'm gone?
I don't know. I get scared that everyone's going to die. Like, what if you like go out to go grocery shop and you get in a horrible car accident?
It could happen.
Exactly.
I suppose.
I was talking to Ryan about this the other day. Because I'm just like, what if like you're driving home one day and then you die?
Are you talking now about me or are you talking about Ryan?
About Ryan.
But you won't have a podcast with Ryan to remember his
but I've
voice.
That's true. Maybe I should start a podcast with Ryan then.
So now you're ditching me for Ryan.
I'm going to start a podcast of everybody that I care about so that when they die, I can listen to them.
And for the benefit of the listeners who may not know you as well as some others, Ryan is who?
He's my boyfriend.
He's your boyfriend. So you worry about me getting in a car accident when I'm going to grocery shop, and now you want to have this audio memory. And so if tomorrow on the way to wherever, if I wrap my car around a pole, I'm going to be really, really mad at you for knowing something I didn't know.
I don't know anything.
You'll be able to go back and listen to audio of me and you at least having this conversation,
exactly,
which is then going to sound really, really creepy because the conversation, you played at the funeral of us talking about me dying in a horrible car accident.
Yeah. When you make it like that, it's not good.
No, it's not good. It's macabre and depressing.
Sorry.
It makes me worry about the kind of child I raised.
Well, that's on you and not on me.
Well, that is a rock solid point. Yeah, that's a rock solid point. So these are probably the kind of conversations you're going to hear, for better or for worse, if you tune into our show on a weekly basis. I don't think we're going to have like a super strict format other than either Norah or I or some combination of the two of us will pick a topic of the week to discuss.
Or if people have suggestions for topics, you can reach out to us on Instagram at Norah and Dad Show.
Look at you, the little marketer. we have, I think I should know the email address, but we're brand new. It's norahanddadshow@gmail.com. You can email us. We're on Facebook at Norah and Dad Show. We're on Instagram and at Norah and Dad Show. We're on Twitter at
I
Norah
didn't know
and
there
Dad
was a
Show.
Twitter.
Yeah, there are so many ways to find
Did you make
us.
a TikTok?
It's no, that's your job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm too old to learn how to TikTok, and then you're going to get me doing dances, and nobody wants.
I
to
don't
see
even
that,
watch
so.
dances on TikTok. That's
Yeah,
the stuff I don't like.
Nobody wants to see that. So, but by all means, start a TikTok for the Norah and Dad Show and get it rolling there too. So, if you have topics you want to hear Norah and I discuss, hit us up on the socials or at our Gmail.
Or if you know us in real life, you can just do that too.
If you don't know us in real life, please don't grab my 15-year-old on the street and say, "Oh my God, I have a topic for you to discuss," because that's really going to freak us out. So we'll be back on a weekly basis with a topic of the week for your listening pleasure. Do both Norah and me a favor, and if you're listening to this, please, in whatever your podcast app of choice is, whether it is Apple Podcast or Spotify or Google Podcasts or Overcast or whatever you use to listen to your podcasts, please subscribe. And if you could do us a favor and go to Apple Podcast or wherever and leave us a review as well, preferably 5 stars, but I'm not one to tell you what to do. Oh, Norah says 5 stars, yeah. So 5 stars it has to be. Leave us a review and let us know how much you like the show. And that, I think, certainly at least helps us out to let other people know we're worth listening to.
I have friends that want to listen.
I think we're going to be just fine.
And then we're going to become sellouts once we get sponsors and stuff.
You're not supposed to tell people this is how you're planning on paying for your college education is by selling.
Yeah, the car accident story that was all fabricated.
Is by selling my pillows on the, or whatever, or, through our podcast or whatever the podcast advertiser is of the day. I don't even know.
It's like Dollar Shave Club. I get that very frequently. Yeah.
All right, so if Dollar Shave Club, if you're out there listening, sponsorships are open, and we will gladly sell your product. Yes. And if you notice they can't see me because this is just an audio, but if you go to our socials and you see our picture, you'll see that at least I have lots of need for the Dollar Shave Club, so we're good. All right, so Norah, if people wanted to find you or your music online, where do they go?
Norah Marie Music. Anywhere you can think of. But Norah with an H. Don't forget that. Otherwise, you'll probably get something different. So, yeah.
You can find me at John Hyman all over the socials. You can find me also on my blog, the OhioEmployerLawBlog.com, WickensLaw.com, my law firm's website. I'll give them a shout out as well. All right. We will be back next week with our first proper show. Norah, any parting words of wisdom?
Don't get in a car accident.
Lovely words. Thank you so much. I love you, kiddo.
Love you too.